Good evening, people. How did your day go today? Hope you had a great day. Hope you won. Hope things went according to plan. All right, as you know, we're continuing on our series, and the title of this series is still Before It's Too Late. Before It's Too Late is still the title of this series. And this is episode number 4. So if you're just meeting us for the first time, we've started this series already and we've done 3 episodes. Kindly look at our channel. Let us know what you think about it. And let's have some chat. All right. Listen to the videos, watch them, tell us your thoughts. But this is episode number 4. And the title of today's talk is I Thought I Had Time. It is kind of funny. I thought I had time. That's the title of today's talk. So please, whenever you join us, please let us know where you're joining from. Thank you so much. And let us know your name. We can holler at you as we go through this talk together. I thought I had time. Let me say something that might sound ordinary, but it carries extraordinary pain. I thought I had time. You don't hear that sentence in celebration. You hear it in reflection. You hear it in retrospection. You hear it in hospital rooms. You hear it at funerals. You hear it at reunions. You hear it at retirement parties. You hear it alone in a quiet house. I thought I had time. You hear it looking at an old photo. I thought I had time. You hear it, you hear it, you hear that word. I thought I had time when things get serious with your health. I thought I had time to fix what was broken. I thought I had time to chase what was in my heart. I thought I had time to be present. I thought I had time to become who I knew I would be or who I knew I could be. Friends, time is silent. Time doesn't argue with you. It doesn't argue with nobody. It is silent. It doesn't warn you loudly. Time just moves quietly. And tonight, I want to confront the illusion that has quietly robbed more people than failure ever did. The illusion of later. When are you going to do this stuff? Later. When are you going to read the book? Later. When are you going to focus on your exams? Later. That's an illusion. That's what we want to squash tonight. I want to start by talking to the young professional in the house. I want to talk to those that are young, the 20s, the early 20s, the 24s, the 25s. You just graduated. You're figuring life out, right? You tell yourself, I'll take a risk later. I'll build discipline later. I'll start investing later. I'll get serious about growth later. Because 24 feels like forever, right? 25 feels like forever. 20 feels like forever. You feel like you have the whole world to yourself. But here's what happens quietly. You blink and you're 32. You just blink, you're 30, you're 35. Responsibilities increase. As the day goes, responsibilities increase. Lifestyles, they kind of adjust. Comfort creeps in. Energy shifts. We talked about focusing on the right things yesterday. Please go watch that video if you've not seen it. And suddenly, the same risk that used to be so easy for you is now heavier. You didn't lose talent, my friend. You lost time's advantage. Time gives the young people something very powerful. Time gives you margin as a young person. And margin is invisible until it's gone. The title of our talk is I Thought I Have Time. I thought I have time. What about the parent who is always busy? Let's talk about something that hits deep here. The parent who was providing, working late, grinding, building security, and you tell yourself, I'll spend more time when things calm down. But things never really calm down. Your children grow in seasons. There's a season when they ask you 100 questions in a day. There's a season when they want to show you everything they've done. There's a season when they tell you to sit next to them. There's a season, or one day they don't anymore. They don't anymore. Not because they don't love you, but because they grew. And growth doesn't ask permission. You look at the pictures and you think, where did the time go? When did they get so big? Hey, parent, you thought you had time. You thought you had time. But childhood doesn't extend its deadline. No. And like we said from the beginning, time doesn't scream loud. It creeps quietly and it catches up with everyone. We're still talking about I thought I had time. What about the marriage that drifted? Let's talk about that. Two people fell in love. Life starts. Bills starts to come. Stress starts to come. Kids start to come. Work intensify. More responsibility now. And they both say, oh, we're fine. We're not bad. We're just fine. Conversation shutting. Because as the husband is going out for work, the wife is coming back in from a shift. When she's coming back in, the husband is going out. So conversation shutting. Touch reduces. Laughter becomes a rarity. Depth fades. But there's no crisis. So no urgency, nothing to solve. And one day someone says, I don't feel connected anymore. Someone says, I don't feel this marriage anymore. Not because something exploded, but because small neglect compounded. I talked about the law of compounding on this channel. Please, if you've not seen it, go watch it. Someone thought they had all the time in the world to fix it. I thought we had time to fix it. See, connection needs attention. Connection needs attention. Attention requires intention. Time does not automatically maintain love. No, time itself does not automatically maintain love. What about your body? Your body whispers before it screams. Your body talks to you in your ears. Your body sends you signals, fatigue, weight gain, tightness, stress, breathlessness. And you say, I'll get serious about my health next month. I'll start next Monday to take care of my health. I'll join the gym next year. Your body is patient until it isn't anymore. And the difference between prevention and recovery is often years of delay. You thought you had time. Time doesn't argue, my friend. Time doesn't argue. Biology doesn't negotiate. And later becomes harder now. Later becomes harder now. What about the immigrant's dream? I like to talk about this because I'm an immigrant myself. You came to a new country with fire in your bones, in your heart, ambition, sacrifice, vision. But survival took over. Bills took over. Family back home, what we call black tax from our world, took over. Pressure took over. Responsibility took over. And somewhere along the line, the dream became maintenance. You tell yourself, when things stabilize, I'll build again. But stabilization becomes stagnation, and 10 years passes without you knowing. You didn't fail, my friend, you didn't fail. You paused for too long. You thought you had time. You thought you had time. Later, it feels intelligent. It feels as if you're wise. You say, oh, I'll do this later. Somebody will think, oh, you're thinking. It feels mature. It feels safe. But psychologically, later reduces anxiety in the moment. It suits discomfort. You don't face rejection. You don't face failure. You don't face uncertainty. But here's the truth. You also don't face growth. You traded short-term anxiety for long-term regret. And regret is heavier than fear, my friends. Fear is temporary. Regret lingers. Remember, you thought you had time. You thought you had time. Someone at 50, he once said, I thought I had more runway. That's the phrase, more runway. But runway shortens quietly. Your energy level changes. Your risk tolerance changes. Your risk appetite changes. Your responsibilities increase. Your flexibility narrows. You still have time though, but not the same kind of time when you were 25. The time you have at 55 and 25 feels different because they are different. It's not because you become weaker, which you are, but that is not it. It is because compounding works both ways. Compounding works in two ways. The things you neglected, they've become very big. You can't handle them the way you would have handled them when you were 25. At 25, you said, Matt, forget about it. I have time. But now you're 50 or 55. You're saying that, hey, I don't think I had all the time on my side. See, tonight is all about awareness, right? Like I do say, this channel is a no judgment zone. This channel is all about growth, all about development, all about awareness. So if you're following us, that's what we do here. Now listen carefully. This is not a fear message. I thought I have time is not a fear message. It is not a panic motivation. No. This is clarity. Clarity. This is honesty with yourself. You still have time though. You still have time. That's what I want to talk about. But you don't have forever. You still have time. In as much as you can still breathe, you're still hearing me. You still have time, but you don't have forever. And urgency does not mean chaos. Urgency means alignment. Urgency means intention. Urgency means I will not drift. I'll stay the course. In the afternoon, I did a video called Focus Trumps Ambition. Please go watch it. If you've not seen it, go check that out. It talked about staying your course, staying on the lane, remaining focused. If this message resonates with you, call that person tomorrow morning. Start that draft business plan tonight. Or walk that 20-minute work tonight. Have that conversation this week. Schedule the appointment to see your doctor. Open the investment account now. It's not too late. Apologize to your spouse. Forgive. Apply for that role. Move. Make the move. See, small action respects time. Very small action respects time. Waiting assumes time. Waiting is the king of assumption. But small action respect time. See, imagine two futures, all right? If you're used to this channel, you know we always talk in pictorial representation. Imagine two futures. One where you keep postponing and one where you start imperfectly. One of the future you always postpone, the other one you start the way you are, imperfectly. 10 years from now, 10 years from now, which version of you feels lighter? Imagine two futures. One of them you postpone everything. One of them you start the way you are, imperfectly. 10 years from now, which version of you feels lighter? The one you postpone or the one that starts imperfectly? Which version of you feels proud? Which version says, I didn't waste what I was given? Time is not your enemy, my friend. Drifting is your enemy. Time is not your enemy. Drifting is your enemy. I want you in your mind of minds to tattoo these words. I will not drift. I will not drift. I will not drift. When you were 25, when you were 20, so many things could be excused. You push things forward because you felt, oh, I'm not yet 30. I'm not yet 35. I still have time. Okay. But you blink. You became 37, you became 39, you became 40. Do you still have that time? Yes, you still have time, but you no longer have the same amount of time as compared to when you were 25. The vigor have changed, the responsibility have changed, your risk appetite has narrowed down, your margin narrows with age. But if you're here today, you find yourself at a point where you're like, hey, Matt, I didn't start on time. I didn't get to hear these words on time. No problem, you still have time. You're breathing. You're breathing. Though you still have time, but you don't have forever. So you got to start now. You got to start now. What dreams do you have in your heart? What dreams do you have in your heart that has been there, that has stayed with you for 10, 15, 20 years? And you can't start it because you're waiting for the perfect day. Friend, there is no perfect day. There is no perfect day. What dreams do you have? What message do you have? What products do you have? What service do you have that you've thought about in your mind? You've ruminated over this service. You've gone everywhere about it. You are now involved in what we call analysis paralysis. You've gone forward, you've gone backward, you've done everything. You even have a plan, but you will not start. Friend, you don't have forever. None of us have forever. None of us have forever. What about talking to that your spouse? Talking to that your relationship partner? What about trashing the stuff that doesn't make sense and somebody say, I'm sorry, and you walk on? We did say for a relationship, you don't know when things fall south because you are waiting for the big bang. Unfortunately, there's no big bang. Things start to drift gradually. Then one day somebody wakes up and say, oh, I'm no longer feeling this thing. Let's part ways. It is also an aspect of I thought I had time. What you should have fixed now, you're pushing it for the future. And what you're doing, you're pushing regret. You're building up, you're stacking up regret. If you have faced the fear or the anxiety today, it would have been better than you stacking up regret in the future. Fear, anxiety, it will come and go with time, but regret, it sticks. It stays. It stays. That's where you start thinking, man, I thought I had time. I thought I knew what I was doing. I thought we were good. I thought we were on the right path. But hey, you were not. You were not. Don't drift through life. Don't drift through life. So someone asked me, Matt, how did you start this YouTube thing? How did you get involved in it? I said, I've been studying. I've been studying for the past 22 years of my life, reading books here and there, going to seminars and workshops. And it got to the point where I'm like, it is time to start giving back what I think I know. But just like you, I froze. I never wanted public humiliation. I never wanted to come out and talk to one person, not to talk of being on YouTube. Until one day I felt, no, this is it. I just had to do this. And starting, I had the worst pictures, the worst image. I'm not even 1 year old on YouTube. But I just started. And every day I started learning new things as I go. It became clearer and clearer and clearer and clearer. I no longer fit in the box of I thought I have time. Now I'm doing it. Though I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm going. What about you? What about you? What plans do you have? You're waiting for the perfect day? Friend, there is no perfect day. Start now. Start where you are. Start with what you have. Start now. I did a video called, I think the first video in this series is called The Game Changed. Please, if you've not seen it, go watch it. Kindly hit the subscribe button and subscribe to our channel so that you know when we go live or when we post new videos. I did a video, the first video in this series is called The Game Changed, because a lot of people think they failed. But it's not a case of they failed. It's a case of using the wrong rule or the rule of yesterday in today's world. The world has changed. The earlier you agree that the world has changed so that you evolve, the better. Or else, the world is going past you either way. Either way, it's going past you. And in this world, the rules of the game is different. The rules we're born with, the rules we're taught, the rules we knew, we enshrined in our heart, the rule changed. And most of us were still keeping that rule. We're saying, I'm disciplined, I keep that rule. But when you keep that rule and you apply that rule in today's time, this age, it doesn't work. It's like you go play basketball and you're going with football mentality. You want to dunk a basket with your legs. How possible will that be? The rule changes. Are you changing with the rule? Are you evolving? Are you evolving? Today's talk is, I thought I had time. I thought I had time. Don't let that be a case of regrets to you. Don't let that be something that you know, oh, on your bed when you're sick, you're like, oh, I thought I had time. Don't let that be. Like I said, this life is not of fear. It's not a panic kind of motivation. No. This is awareness. This is clarity. This is clarity. And if you're very sincere with yourself, if you're sincere deep down with yourself, think about it. I did a video called 10 years from now. It's on my channel. Please go check it out. 10 years from now. The same thing I'm talking about right now, but in a different format. If you are 50 today and you don't start what you have to start, and you're still thinking you have time, thank you so much. 10 years will come whether you like it or not. 10 years will come whether you do stuff or not. 10 years will come whether you start or not. Then it's better you just start. It's better you start. Because whether you start or not, you will be 60. And when you're 60, what do you want to say? You want to say, I thought I had time? Or you want to say, oh, I have learned what to do, though I started imperfectly, but I'm now here. Remember one thing from this life, friends. Remember one thing. I want you to remember only this. Don't remember any other thing, only this. Paint 2 futures for yourself. 2 futures of you. Future A is the future that is postponing everything. So this is Mr. Matt painting 2 futures of Mr. Matt. Future A postpones everything. Future B starts, whether he is prepared or not, whether things are perfect or not. Future B starts. In 10 years, both futures, which will you be proud of? In 10 years, both futures, which will you say, oh, I did the work, irrespective of the fact that I wasn't ready. But as I started doing the work, consistency came in, I started learning along the line. Is it the future that postpones, that is waiting for a perfect day? Is it all the future that says, irrespective of what I see, irrespective of what I get, I'm going to start anyway? Friends, don't end your life. Don't get to the end of the tunnel and use the word, I thought I had time. Don't get there. Don't get there. And for parents, I always hit on parents because I'm a parent myself. And like I always say, I don't have a magic wand. I don't have answers to everything, but we are all learning. As we grow, as we hustle, as we strive for the kids, also prioritize yourself. As you strive to make time for the kids, also prioritize yourself. I painted a picture this afternoon. You wake up in the morning, you jump out of bed, you try to get the kids ready for school. You get the food prepared, get all their meals ready. You move them to school, take them to school, stop them there. Before you know, you're already late. You're rushing to work. You rush to work pressure. Now, from work, you're thinking, oh, I need to go pick them back from school. Now, from work, you move back to pick them from school. From there, you come home to make dinner. And you know what? The next thing, you put them to bed. And what happens to you? You fall asleep. Now, that circle has become our life as parents. Where in that circle is 10 minutes for you? Where in that circle? What about your health? What about your well-being? What about your mental state? What about tomorrow? Like I said in the afternoon, take one thing. Take one thing. Don't take 10 things. Don't take 2 things. Take one thing and do it for 90 days. Do it very well. Don't get to the end of the line, the end of the tunnel and say, how? I thought I had time. And for those of you that are very young, don't waste your youth. Don't waste it. Don't waste it. There are things I can't even do right now. As young as I am, there are things I can't do. But I wish I could do them. But that time, that window passed. That window for me is gone. I can't do them. But I wish I can do them. I still wish I could. But no, my body can't function that way anymore. I'm not yet old, but my body can't function that way. Oh, I wish I can go back and play basketball, but I can't play basketball anymore. Or professionally, I can't do it. Now that you have time, now that you still have time, try as much as possible to add value to your time. Try to add value to your life. Try to add value. Thank you so much, Linnell. She said, I try to read a few pages of the Bible right before I put my kids to sleep. That's me time most of the time to ease my mind. Thank you so much. That's great. That's great. Thank you. You found a way to ease your mind. That's great. Thank you for sharing that. Please add value to your time. Like I always do, most of this talk, right? Though they are planned, but it gets to the point where I gotta drift because I do feel that there are some things that we still need to hear. This is still the series called Before It's Too Late. I started that series sometime last week, Before It Is Too Late. We've done episode 1. Episode 1, it is titled The Game Changed. Episode 2, we talked about the cost of waiting. When you wait and wait and wait, there is a cost attached to it. And episode 3, we said comfort is quietly expensive. Oh, there's a cost for comfort. And right now we're talking about I thought I had time. Now, if you look at this series is not about fear. It's about awareness before regret. It's about awareness. It's about honesty to ourselves. You still have time today. You still have time. I can tell you that you still have time. In as much as you can hear me, in as much as you still have breath within your lungs, you still have time. Just don't treat it as if it's unlimited. Oh, don't do that. Don't treat it as if your time is in abundance, it's unlimited, it's just there. I talked about protecting your energy sometime back last month. Please go watch that video because energy is finite. If you don't protect it, it will wear off, it will go off. Don't treat your time as if your time is unlimited. Make a move. Make a move. Make that move. That plan you have in your heart, friends, that plan you have in your heart, that dream, that vision that has stayed with you for years, start it. Things don't have to be so sweet, so perfect before you start. It doesn't have to. Start it before it's too late. Don't get to the point where you sit down and say, oh, I thought I had time. Now you still have time. It's not just unlimited. Well, friends, that's my talk for tonight. Thank you so much, Linnell. Thank you so much. That's my talk for tonight. Let's say procrastination has been your worst enemy. Please, I have videos about that on this channel. Kindly subscribe. Kindly go watch the videos. Let us know what you think. Comment on the videos. I'll respond. And we can always have a chat. All right? Thank you so much, friends. That's my time. I'll go off and I get set for tomorrow. So I'm always online between these hours in the evening like this to have this chat. I'm always here every day. So hit the subscribe button so that you can always know when I get online. Then we can always have this chat. Thank you, friends. This is Matt Miller saying good night. Peace out. Bye for now. Bye, guys.